Okay, hopefully YouTube doesn't hate me and this will actually work this time around. Okay, so, hi guys, this is Kisha and you're watching English with Kisha. And as you can see, we're coming from somewhere a little bit different than I usually film from. We're in my room, and we're on my bed. In my room, on my bed, and we are just relaxing, having a little conversation. Today, I thought it would be really great to discuss formal versus informal English. Now, some of you might already know a little bit about formal versus informal because of your native languages. In German, you have dir versus ihnen, and in Spanish, there's tú and usted. But in Czech language, there are many different ways to tell whether you're speaking formally or informally. In English language, it's a bit more difficult, and that's because when you're learning English and you're not studying from books, you're not taking grammar lessons, you're just listening to people, watching television, these things, you will generally learn informal English. Informal English is everyday language. It's how people talk. It's real life English. Okay? And that's where I can tell the difference. Okay, this total side note. I can tell the difference of somebody who has learned English from watching cartoons and somebody who has taken English lessons in school. And the person that's taken English lessons in school will speak so properly that they sound like a robot, which is not a bad thing, but it's just different. It's not very normal, very typical. And the guy that's learning English from cartoons can talk to you all day and sound like a true American, but might have troubles writing official documents or speaking to somebody who might be more important than them. Let's say like going to a court or something. They might seem very informal. So, here is what we will talk about first. Let's talk about informal. We said earlier, it's everyday language, which is totally true. It's improvised. And that just means that you have no idea what is coming out of your mouth next. Just like me now, I have nothing written down. So improvised means nothing is written down. It's all from your head, straight out of your mouth. Informal English is shorter, and it's usually simpler. Very easy to understand, very basic. And there are some words and phrases that are definitely used for informal English. For example, all of our phrasal verbs are informal. Our phrasal verbs generally are not being used in a formal way. It is used in an everyday way. Get out. Come here. Take away. These things are just, did I say come here? That's not a phrasal verb. What am I thinking? But phrasal verbs are wonderful and they're awesome, but they are for everyday language. There are also some other phrases that you can hear or say or read that are definitely for everyday usage. For example, there's the word dude, which can replace a name of a person or the noun, man, woman, child, can be replaced with the word dude. Hey, I saw this little dude, and I said, hey dude, how's it going? Hey, I saw this little boy, and I said, hey, Chris, how's it going? Do you see the difference? It's every day. It's not specific. It's not formal. Then you have words like, no, I mean, 'cause, well, you know. By the way, anyway, whatever. These are all used informally every day. You're never going to hear some man in court or somebody talking to a police officer. Well, I take it back. Maybe to a police officer, people might not be very respectful. But anytime you are trying to be respectful, you are never going to use these phrases. If you're with your friends, if you're at the pub, if you're at the disco dancing up and down, then yes, you can use these phrases. But otherwise, let's not. Okay, now let's talk about formal English. Formal English is generally used when you want to be more respectful, when you want to be official. If you are in school and you're writing, then you would use this. If you are giving a speech, then this is how you would speak. You don't hear President Obama or President Bush or President Reagan, anybody like this saying, 'cause dude, you know. No, they speak very formally. If you're talking to your grandmother, if you're talking to your mother, if you're talking to the principal or the person at the bank, you will usually, well, when you're asking for money, definitely, you will speak formally. Formal speaking in English is typically longer. It's complicated. And as I said before, it is written. When you write, you will write formally. Unless you're writing something that is creative, like a novel or poetry. If you're writing anything specific like research or grants, you will need to use formal English. Now, there are specific words that you use when you're speaking formally and you're writing formally, and we will discuss those at a later time. But for now, I just wanted to show you the differences between formal English and informal English. So, do you think you understand it? Do you think you have a grasp for it? Okay, because we will be discussing this further throughout the week, and I will be providing examples of formal and informal language on my English with Kisha Facebook, my English with Kisha website, my English with Kisha YouTube. So, keep your eyes open. And thank you again for joining me in my informal pseudo lesson, and I will be seeing you later.